All right, so we are live. Yeah. So, hi guys, this is Amna Hussain joining from NAVAFIZ, a team of network and volunteers who are working in UAE since 2013. We are providing support guidance to the candidates, job seekers, and professionals out there. Today, we are pleased to welcome our experts who is Self Tokir joining us from UAE. She is Master NLP certified trainer and a very well-versed coach. She's expert EQ. Her core specialties are coaching, organizational behavior, leadership skills. Today, she will be highlighting us about the mindset and how a person can gain the confidence in the interview. Also, we have our next expert and a guest who is joining us from UAE, Nora Ali. She is experienced HR administrator in the academics industry. Her core expertise are coaching, leadership skills, and organizational behavior. So she will be basically highlighting us some do's and the don'ts and the preparation of interview, that what exactly a candidate need to prepare before the interview. So I would like everyone to welcome our experts, Sadaf and Nora. Welcome on the show. Okay, so Nora, please, can you just unmute the mic, please?
Just to update you, we are having some connection problem with the Sadaf. So when Sadaf will join, I will connect her.
Okay, so but still we are live, right?
Yeah, we are live.
Okay, that's cool. So how are you, Nora?
I'm good, Amna. Thank you so much. It's pleasure. Having you. Having me in this program. Thank you so much.
That's so great of you. All right, so Nora, what often I think about confidence. That what is really confidence? How a person should gain confidence? Is it confidence something about that we are born with, or we need to have some institution so that we can take a degree of confidence? So what is confidence? So would you like to share some perspective from your side?
Yeah, thank you, Amna. It's a nice question. Yes, you're right. Actually, we are God gifted. We don't need any training for it. The thing is only we need to explore ourselves. It's something from inside. It's like from your, we are, born with it. But the thing is, we need to find it out. We need to explore it. There are many people, we know that the God, created us with humbleness, with politeness. This is something in us. It's something natural. But the thing is, we need to find the hidden potentials. We need to explore it. We need to find that what are our good skills, our good traits. So these are the things that we need to explore it. It comes with time. So everything's, it's a process. Just like, we grow from child, till adult and so on. Similarly, in all aspects of the life, whether it's your skills or your traits, we need to, explore them, we need to improve them, and we need to bring them at certain level. So yes, you have to explore it. You are God gifted by these things. You don't need any training for that. You just to explore yourself. You have to find yourself that what what you are capable of. So these are things that we need to work on it.
Right. So means again, confidence is something very internal.
Yes,
it's within ourselves. We need to explore. We need to know that how much we have confidence and what to do exactly, how to taking care of about our confidence in terms of meeting people. Right. So that's very much practical and very much coming from natural, right? So that's amazing. So alrighty. So I would like to know from you about the practices or the checklist. Is it something that we need to taken care of before the interview in order to gain the confidence? So
yes,
what
indeed.
will you be highlighting on this point?
Yes, indeed. We need to, for everything we need practice. We need to set our goals. Planning is really important for any aspect of the life, whether it's your personal life, your professional. We need to be plan. We need to plan for it. So for the checklist and before going for the interview, it's really essential. You have to set your goals, make your checklist. that these are the things that I'm going to work on it. So first of all, you have to modify your CV. You have to tailor your CV according to the job description that you received. Try to, put the keywords that you are expert in. Again, you have to improve your skills. You have to work on it. As I mentioned, that nothing, stops. Everything, it's like a process. You have to work on it. So you have to work on it. You have to, bring it to certain level so that you can stand out in the competitive market. So yes, all these things, it needs work. I need to be competitive to, improve these skills.
Right. So again, we would say that preparing for the interview one night before or a day before, we need to checklist about our CV, about our attire, what we're going to wear it on the day of our interview, and we need to take care for the location, the timings, you know. So does these things really make our confidence level increase on the final day? What do you think? Like,
In my point of view, if you're prepared, because we all know if you work somehow, your hard work is not wasted anywhere. So yes, you have to work it, but as I said, that the market is very competitive. So it's not only you who went for the interview. There are other candidates also. So whoever, he is or she is practiced well, and he or she knows her skills. She know that what exactly she's good in. So in that case, yes, whoever has the good skills and whoever is working on his or her personality, in that case, that candidate will stand out in that interview or in that market.
right, right. That's super important, the preparation of the interview, right?
Yes.
And I personally really believe that these skills and this preparation does really help in order to gain our confidence on the final day. Like, this is my observation and this is my personal experience, that once you are fully prepared for the interview, so yes, the confidence level increases for sure. I mean, there's no much debate on it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So, hi, Sadaf. Hi,
Hello,
Sadaf.
hi,
Yeah,
Assalamualaikum.
thank
Yeah, can you hear me?
Walaikum Salam. Yes, we can hear you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amna.
Yeah. So, Sadaf, we were discussing and having a conversation about confidence. That what is confidence? Is it something we are born with, or coming from our genetics or our family into ourselves, or is it something that we need to learn by the time in academics or professional life, or what is actually confidence from your perspective? What would you like to say?
If I tell you in the simplest term, confidence means trust or belief, right?
Yes.
Mostly when we talk about belief, it's first it comes from within, that I can do it. It's in control. I know how to do it, and so on and so forth. Okay. So if you ask me that it's coming from you know from outside world, you already have it, or how is it about, I think then there is a debate which we call mostly nature and nurture. So yes, it comes from family for sure, but if family, like you didn't get along with family, that's not end of the world. You can still develop it, you can still have it. Like you might have seen so many people coming from troubled family, they really did well. In fact, there is one more kind of an observation which scholars usually do, is that a family which is very well now very well established, their kids usually don't perform that well, and the kids of struggling family, they turn out to be extraordinary in some walk of life. So it's pretty subjective, but for as with reference to job seeking process, I think over here we can simply put that confidence is something that's coming from within, that believe on oneself.
Exactly. The one point you mentioned about the family which are very well established and those who are like struggling, that is absolutely which I have also observed very closely. So that is
Yeah.
100%. I must say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. So all right. So we were also discussing about the preparation also, that we need to prepare before the interview. So, Sadaf, what do you think about the preparation of the soft skills? Like, is it something we need to prepare for the soft skills, or is it something we are having it or we are developing by the time, and then that can really help us in the interview, which will ultimately take our confidence also increase on our final day? So, I would like you to link down three key soft skills. What do you suggest or know about it?
Okay, now soft skills is a bucket of different skills. There are mostly 9 to 10 skills which are considered soft skills, like time management, self motivation, communication, creativity, personal management. This is a bucket. And then this helps in building confidence for sure, depending on what you have. Now, missing one quality and having other quality is also okay initially. Okay, I'm not saying
Okay.
that you just graduated and you're expected to do everything. Okay, I'm not
Right.
putting that much burden on graduates or people who are just starting a career. Just take it like, one thing at a time, in terms of, yes, you want to improve and you see what you are good at. I know some of my skills which I've polished. So the thing is that we balance strength and weaknesses. Initially, we work on our strengths and we don't worry about our weaknesses. Having said so, soft skills is kind of the hardest part to do in life. Otherwise, it's not that soft as it sounds, to tell you the truth, but it comes with practice for sure. As soon as you're aware that soft skills is important for you, you will start working on it.
Mhm.
It can be as simple as how motivated you are every day for job interview. It can be as simple as how timely you managed yourself for an interview. Were you there on time? You had all the documents. If you're getting late, did you inform them before that? Okay, I'm sorry. Whatever, either case, whatever the situation is, you're already practicing all of these skills. You just have to polish them, and yes, they are very, very important. I cannot stress enough that it's a whole package of being successful. Soft skill is a whole package of being successful. So if you're a graduate out there looking for a job, or you just started your career, just be mindful of how you carry yourself. Okay, I usually say, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
So just practice being nice. There is no harm in being nice, or being kind, or being smiley, or being generous. These are good things. So just try to do that, and then eventually it will become part of you. Then you don't have to struggle. It's like your first presentation when you were freaking out in the class. By the time you graduate, your 10th presentation, you are pro. So it's just like that.
Right, absolutely. And I think that the sentence or the statement, fake it till make it, is absolute one, because it doesn't cost anything, the smile, the goodness, the
Yeah,
kindness, the
going on time. Yeah, being creative.
exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, that's the wonderful thing that one should be practicing. And in order to polish your soft skills, to be well prepared and well versed in your interview, and that will ultimately will boost your confidence level, and also you will perform very well in the interview. So that are super good notes from you. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing. All right, so we are now having different audience also and comments also. So for sure, we will take the questions in the end of our uh, session. All right. So yes. So often we think about the right things also. That what are the rights and what are the wrongs in the interview, right? So I would like to discuss today about the right things during the interview. So my question would be with Nora about that. What do you think about the right things during the interview, in terms of the manners, in terms of how to behave there, in terms of how to be very much open, the eye contact, the body posture, the body language. So what would you highlight on this? The right things a candidate should be doing in the interview.
Yes, Amna, thank you for the question. I guess it's really interesting, and all the job seekers need to take note of this. Body language. The minute you enter the building or the minute that you enter the office of the recruiter, you need to make sure you already practice for it. You're all set. So you don't have to freak out, you don't have to nervous, you don't have to frustrate. So the moment I already practice for all these things, my body language, how I'm going to behave over there, how I'm going to sit, my hands, my legs, I should not cross my legs, body language, communication, your soft, your voice tone, the volume, all these things matter. So I need to practice. For that, I would suggest to all job seekers before going for an interview, try to mock it with your friend. Try to practice for it. While you're talking, while answering the question, that specific question, how much you are, how much you're giving, how you're selling yourself, how much you're presenting yourself. Is it good enough? Does it show politeness? Is it like impactful? All these things matter. So yes, we need to be very careful about eye contact, about our body language, communication. How much like the way I'm delivering the information to the recruiter, is it understood? Is it clear enough? Am I like my mind is present? I got the question. I have understood it. So I need to be very accurate while answering that question of that recruiter. So these things really counts. So though sometimes we practice for it, but due to like being nervous or being like fidget, we are missing out. So do not mess up with these things. You are confident. You already prepared for it. So trust yourself. Trust your instincts. As Sadaf mentioned, that believing, yes, it's indeed very important. You have to believe yourself. Once you're set, you're already prepared for it. So leave the rest on the God. So just do what you are prepared for it, and you can do it.
Right. So means these are the right things a person should be doing, a candidate should be doing in the interview. And you know what? I also think when I think about the eye contact. So do you really think the same? I would be asking you that the eye contact should be not too much the gazing one, the staring one, or not too much ignorant, looking here and there in the interview. So what would you like to say?
Yes, indeed, Amna, for sure, for sure. See, for everything we need to balance. For everything we need to balance, whether it's eye contact, your body language, the movements. Yes, we need to balance each and everything. If you're staring at the recruiter, or you're looking down, you're looking here and there, looking around your surroundings, it doesn't look nice. This will create a negative impact. So make sure you're balanced in every point for every behavior.
Right, and that also comes from again your what I think it comes in our personality, that how you are,
Mhm.
how do you polish your these skills also in the interview in order to be very much smart on the interview day at the interview room or interview seat, right? So eye contact, good body posture, good personality, the way you connect, the way you talk to people is very much important during the interview. And one more interesting thing, I was just reading and also I've just observed it, that listening skills also are very important during the interview, that one person should be very much present in the interview in terms of listening, that there was a person or a manager who just cracked a joke. I was just reading this thing. So he just cracked a joke, and the candidate was nowhere present at that moment. Means he or she haven't received it or just get involved in that joke. Yeah. I mean, these things are to be done just to check the presence of the candidate. So yeah, listening skills also much important as a soft skill, right,
Yes, I
Sada?
agree.
True,
Yeah,
true, indeed. Like people say, you should listen to understand, you should not listen to answer. So
exactly.
first you process all them, because unconsciously what happens in our mind, that when somebody is talking to us, our mind is like so busy all the time. So as soon as somebody is talking, our mind is collecting answer, is looking for answers. This is like, what should I say? And the brain is actually waiting that the other person quiets and I give the answer. So when you're going for an interview, just make sure that you are very, very open towards all sort of information that's coming your way. You process them, you understand them, and if needed, it's a very good idea to ask them, is this what you mean? Is this what I'm supposed to answer? Just to make sure, in case if something is not clear. So it's one of the basic communication. Like communication starts from listening. The better Allah has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's the ratio. That's a natural ratio, 2 to 1. So that's how it should be used anyways in life. We should listen more and we should talk less, unless or until you're a trainer, then it's justified. But
That's
otherwise,
true.
it's 2 to 1 ratio. So subhanallah, that's how it should be used.
That's great, and that's super important, I believe. Yeah. So yes, it's going well. I am excited also today in this show with you guys. Okay, so what do you think about the culture? When we are working in a multicultural environment, when we are communicating and dealing with different people coming from different backgrounds and traditions. So how do you see that? Does culture play any role in the interview in terms of like greeting the people, initiating hi or a hello, meeting them with a very good handshake, or what do you suggest, or what do you believe on it, or what will be your observations on it? So I would like to highlight on this note by Sadaf Kapir.
Okay, cool. So what happens when we are in different cultures, like here in Dubai. It's a melting pot of so many cultures, and it's such a diverse place that it's interesting, yet you have to be a little bit more mindful. Everybody is coming from their background, and everybody is coming from their own perception and assumption towards life and about other people. Okay, so whenever you are meeting somebody, kindly make sure that you are meeting everybody and anybody with an open mindset, right? Yet be sensitive about their needs. Like I train here, I train Amaratis, I train Western people, I train Asians also, I train Arab, and all sort of expectations from every group of people is totally different. So what sort of, how do you carry yourself, your body language, like for the beginners, if I would be talking to job seekers who are just graduating and they are going in a company.
Right.
Number one thing is that you are respecting all cultures and every religion as professional at workplace as anything else. Okay, so yeah, just be mindful that when you are meeting somebody and she is a Muslim, people avoid handshake, which is a very good thing. So you evaluate this much, that should I be shaking hand or no. Okay, if it's if the person is Muslim, then it's a big no, that you shouldn't shake hand because of the cultural and the mindset and the values.
Exactly.
And same for the, like, if you are somewhere which is a non-Muslim country, and then how you are meeting over something after an interview, or just a
Mhm.
meeting point, it's good idea to ask what's inside. And I do that all the time. Like, if haram stuff, obviously, which we are not supposed to eat, it's good
Right.
idea to ask. So be open about it. Okay, be comfortable about it, be comfortable about yourself, and be comfortable about them also. Just few do's and don'ts that normally when a female comes in, gentlemen, they stand up out of respect, which is a very good idea. Okay, either case, then shake hand. Just do your own calculation, that if it's a Muslim female, avoid that, just in case. Okay, if it's a Western, do a good handshake if you are okay with it. Yani, being a
Mhm.
male, Muslim male, female is something else. Being a Muslim male, I'm sure you will have some values. So carry
Right.
on those, be honest about it, and be sensitive to every other culture.
Right. In this, I would like to add this also, that when you are preparing for yourself for the interview, so when you research about the company, so I personally think that researching the company before the interview day also tells you a lot of things about the culture of the company, that where is the management coming from, and how you would be dealing the people in the office when you reach there. So I think research is also super important, that one should be knowing about these things. So it will really help you to deal these things accordingly. Because again, we are coming from different cultures, traditions, and this is like super important, I believe. So
Agree.
that's amazing.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
That's good.
Like,
So
uh, respect goes either ways. When I'm in a business group in Dubai, people who know my culture, who know my belief system, they wouldn't ask me to do things I'm uncomfortable with. So it's a two-way road. Like, they respect us, we should respect them. We should be just, with open heart and open mind, we should set our values. That's it.
exactly, exactly. That's super practical and very logical. And I think everyone out there should learn and try to practice these skills also. All right,
Yes,
that's
Amna would like to
any
add
answer?
something here
Sure.
regarding culture. So many of us, we know, yes, we should not shake the hand, but we don't know how to react. I have seen many cases in front of my eyes. People, okay, they don't shake the hand, but they don't know what to do. So I would like to, add something here. Whenever you feel that you don't want to shake your hand, just put your hand on your left hand side, on your heart. So this is like a good gesture that in avoiding the embarrassing the person in front of you. So this is one thing. Second thing, for job seekers, I know, it's multicultural environment, so people are coming from different countries for the search of the job, for the visiting the country, so and different reasons. So for that purpose, I would like to highlight this is very important for all the job seekers. Just access the website of UAE government. You'll find all the legal things like the culture, the legal wise, how all the things, all the information, whatever is required from your side, how you're gonna behave, how you're gonna stay, different things. There are, it's a huge information over there in the UAE government website. So please access that website for all the job seekers to get all these details about the culture, about from the perspective of legal things and other things. So it's like a good point for job seekers. For visiting any country, they will get the idea about it.
Right. I think you have elaborated more in a nice way, adding the points from you. I'm just reading the comments also. So Ashish Kumar was saying the same thing. I believe that Miss Nora, could you please suggest confidence building tips, meeting the new people? So I think this one, yes. Could you please suggest confidence building tips for daily life to interview, meeting new people? So I think you have just delivered this about that to check the government website of UAE so we can know a lot of information about the culture, the country, the norms, and the trends. So that's super nice. Okay, part two, how to control anxiety with confidence. So yes, that will be the part two. Ashish Kumar, stay tuned to our session. We will be highlighting this question as well. Okay, so yeah, when we are talking about the interview practicing, Nora, how do you feel about the practicing about the confidence again? How to practice ourselves, like in front of the mirror or in front of our colleagues for the interview day, in such a way that that practicing can increase our and produce a very positive result on our interview day. So, does really practicing your interview makes you confident?
Yes, Amna, thank you for the question. Yes, indeed. Practice makes us perfect. I was discussing this thing, earlier with my sister because sometimes she feels like hesitate or she doesn't want to, be like answer at the same time, or she she's kind of nervous. So I always tell her, make your friends, talk to me, talk to your sister, talk to your friends. The people that you think you're close to. So in this case, we can, explore ourselves. We can expose ourselves to our friends. So they can tell us that these things, these are the weaknesses that you need to work on it. So interacting or talking to your close ones, to your loved ones, it really helps. Because most of the time what happens, we feel like shy. It's very natural. Most of us feel shy that what if I speak like this? What if I cannot speak up? What if I cannot do this thing? So these are the things that keep us back behind the competition. So it's better, talk to your closed ones, or family members, whomever you're close to. Discuss with them these things. In this way, you can talk, you can improve your communication skills, your body language, and you can build it. It's like as I mentioned, it's a process. It's not like a one day or one night and I can improve it and I'm done with it. I will stop over there. It's not like that. So I mean, but we need to take the step for it. We need to talk to the loved ones, and we need to, I mean, speak up with them that how we can, I mean, remove this shyness, remove this, the embarrassing point. We feel embarrassment if we talk to these people or to the person, this will happen. So I mean, these things we need to work on it. Yes, after exploring, after knowing that this is my weakness, I feel shy in this stage, or this is the scenario. So yes, I mean, after I'm exploring, after talking to, I mean, to the right person, this will help to build the confidence.
So right. So practicing makes really perfect. So this statement really applies over here that if we practice before our interview, so that will really help us to be more confident and more productive in our interview. So that's awesome, guys. So yes, we can take the other question also, which is from Sayed Hamad. Indeed, it's a very wonderful session going on. Thank you very much, Hamad. Could you please tell us about the importance of authenticity? So I believe he is asking about the authenticity of ourself, that the topic is all about the confidence and ourself. So yeah, I mean, from if I just highlight from my personal point of view, being yourself is the key. You don't have to mimic anyone and be yourself, the true version of you. That will really help you to deliver your message in front of anyone. It's not about only interview, but yes, for the interview also, you need to be very much yourself, well prepared and well committed on the day. So that is from my side. Let's see what our expert have some notes on it. So could you sort of please highlight on this?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Now, authenticity is very important to have your own personal brand when you're moving around. Every person individually is like a flag that they are carrying an identity, and that's how they want to be known, right? We follow other people when we are inspired from them, and that's a good idea. We follow other people to get inspiration. We are not copying them, but we are trying to give our best because we have seen that when other people did that successfully, you know it worked for them. So that's being inspired and being yourself. These are the two things that you have to take along with you. Now what happens is that I've seen few cases where, because if I don't know if I've told you, I've taught in a university for almost 12 to 13 years, and I've taught graduates. I've taught those people who were working in the morning and they are doing MBA executive in the evening, or MBAs, as for the matter of fact. What was happening at that level, that people were being authentic to the things that they couldn't do, which creates problem for them at workplace, because the person who can do will definitely get a job, will get a promotion, will get whatever they want. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that how much information do you want to give about yourself out there. Okay, because that information which is not helping you at your workplace, it means you should work on them, not telling them and taking advantage of being very real that I don't understand one thing which is not related to this session, but I would just give an example that when people are very blunt in saying stuff, why do they say that, oh, we have clean heart and we are very honest? Being nice can also be honesty. Being kind can also be an honesty. This is not honesty. This is what you are trying to see in other people. That's not you being open heart or open mind or open tongue or whatsoever. It's whatever
Right.
you look at the end of the day. So authentic, yes, but if you have a weakness, don't take that as an excuse.
Okay. So over here, Sadaf, I would like to know that being nice is something that, again, it's good to be nice, right? So it's the same way that you should keep silence also sometimes. If you don't know anything,
Yeah,
be
like
silent. And I mean,
that's an idea. If you don't know
yeah,
anything, or if you don't have anything better to say, it's better you don't say anything at all. That's a very good idea. Yeah.
yeah. I think that can also help us to be very authentic.
Yeah,
That okay,
but
you're
then
not
show
just
a roadmap. Like if you don't know anything, your employer wants an action. If you don't know anything and you want to be honest about it, depending on a situation, okay, go about it that, okay, I don't have the skill, but I'm ready to learn. I will work on it. Okay, so be authentic, as you know, depending on the situation, whatever, how much honest you want to be. But then if it's a problem for your job, make an action plan that, okay, I don't have this skill, but I am ready to learn and I will learn it.
Right. That's awesome. And I really believe that I hope this is much awareness about being authentic and being the real version of you, not only in front of the interviews, but also in your daily routine life, so that you will have a very nice and a good personality. So in terms of, you can take the interview also towards acing it. So I hope that helps. That's really important. So we have another question. We should take it from Noman Tariq. How to deal with unexpected questions in interview. So Nora, I would like you to highlight on this, please.
Yeah, sure, Amnu. In this way, I mean, since, as you mentioned from the very beginning, since you're prepared well, you know, whatever you mention in your CV, it's you, it's not someone else. Again, I will go back to the authenticity. You're irreplaceable. Every job seeker or every person is irreplaceable. It's you. You have to play your role. No one will do it. So please, I mean, don't think that that person is better than me, or I'm less, or don't feel down. Don't underestimate yourself. It's really important to know your worth. We exist. So seekers need to, I mean, keep this thing. They need to set their mind. They should not feel down. We all are
Okay.
different. We have unique skills, so it's irreplaceable. So how to, I mean, these things, I mean, how they can, I mean, reply to unexpected questions. They are prepared well. They know whatever they have mentioned in the CV is genuine. It's them. They know what, I mean, CV for example, the CV is prepared by someone else, but they have gone through. The job seeker, the candidate has gone through and know whatever is in the CV, it's himself. He knows everything about himself. So it's not the job recruiter's job, I mean, to tell him that who you are. So the CV represents, it's you. So if the CV is genuine, it's you. So you don't have to worry for that. You are prepared. You're already prepared for it. So you're set. I mean, to go. So you don't have to worry for that.
Right. So, for example, the unexpected question could be that, oh, what was your last gathering or a network session you attended? So that is something really unexpected, right? It's not mentioned in the JD, or it's not mentioned in the job profile that this is regarding the networking, or this is regarding something, the socializing. But interview could ask that what are your interests, or are you that type of person who like to socialize or network? So on that note, candidates must be enough well prepared or enough well versed to know that yes, these questions can be asked, and that is really unexpected, no doubt. But this is a time of meeting people and knowing people, right, in order to have the network and the circle of your professionals, right? So yes, the unexpected moments can come, but I think it's all about us how to deal with it.
Can
Right.
I add something here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's been discussed before. Sometimes organizations are only asking questions to check your response. There is no right and answer to those questions. They just want to check how prompt you are and how spontaneous you are in decision making. So even sometimes, for example, the HR guy asks that, okay, if for example you have an emergency at home and you have a deadline at work, what would you choose? So this question is only about asking, checking how prompt you are. So the ideal answer, if you have to make up an answer, it will be like, I will check where I can delegate my duty. If my home emergency can be tackled by someone else, I'll finish my work first. So either case, so they are just checking how prompt are you.
Right. And in coming from this question, it is also like the behavioral questions or the situational questions. Yeah. This leads to the behavioral and situation questions that one must be enough present in the moment that yes, he or she can provide the answers in a very good way and in a very relevant way. So yeah, that's super practical. So we have another question. Uh, Please tell us the reasons of not being called for interview. And if someone is asking the things which you haven't done before, how to deal with that kind of situation. Noman Masood is asking us. So yes, Nora, please could you highlight a little bit about it?
Yes, Noman. In this, yes, for sure. I mean, as I mentioned, it's not only one candidate. I mean, there are hundreds of candidates. They have applied for the same job. So, I mean, by using ATS, that's applicant tracking system. So, based on the keywords, based on the requirements, yes, for sure, it might did not match to the requirements of the organization. So, in that case, for sure, you will not receive the call. So, it's not only you. So, I mean, be positive. Do not think that okay, I might not, my CV is not up to the, like, it's not good or it's not looking great. It's not that one. So we need to, I mean, see from the perspective of recruiter also, because that guy might be receiving hundreds of CV at the same time, and they have set their system like in this way to choose the specific keywords. So this is one thing. I mean, from the perspective that you don't receive the calls. Second question, what was that? The
Yeah,
second part of the question.
that's about basically how to deal with that kind of situation.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you can follow up, but not at the same time. You can follow up with the recruiter if you have like contact number, or you can reach somewhere over there. You can contact them like after 1 week, or you have to like check the closing date of the job title. So make sure that you have seen the date. If it's closed, then it's useless. I mean, to contact them. So make sure you have gone through all the details of that job title.
Right. Over here, I would like to add one more thing, that when you are applying for jobs, again, you have to read the job description. When you are reading your job description very thoroughly, so you are knowing your criteria, that either you are falling in that criteria, you are applicable or eligible for that job description or that certain role. So definitely this could be also answered that one, if you're not falling in that eligibility criteria and you are applying for that job, so of course the result would be like they might be calling you just to asking you, but still you have not done those things which they are requiring for. So I think we need to read the job descriptions also very much carefully before applying jobs.
Yeah, one thing I would like to add, Amna here. Okay, fine. The major requirement for example, if any company asking for this specific role, the person has this eligibility, he has degrees and experience, but the thing is missing is keywords. Maybe the specific keyword or specific requirement for that specific job, it's not there. So this might, make the applicant to be rejected. So we need to be careful about the keywords.
Okay, okay, that's practical. Coming from the HR advisors. All right. So yes, yeah. One question is about what I personally feel is something related to impressions. That what do you think about the first impression? Do we have any impact on the first impression when you meet someone and you meet the interviewer, you meet the ops manager, or it's something that can be very much situational? So what do you say about this? Sadaf, I would like you to highlight on this.
Impression as in when you are meeting your prospective employer for the first time.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely, yes.
Okay. So if you're looking for a job and you're looking for experience, initially you're not in a position to make any judgments about anybody. It's a hard fact, but let's be realistic over here. It depends. As you move ahead, mashallah, in your career, you get better in options. Okay, so initially your passion is what matters, even if you're not okay with whatever reason the employer or the company. It depends that how passionate you are. So yes, those impressions that our mind tells us initially are very important, but they shouldn't carry much meaning in your life anyways, because those perception, impressions, assumptions is just our mind game. You
Right.
shouldn't let them come in way of your success or how you perceive yourself in the organization. So yes, like as soon as we enter a new place, we go somewhere, we are being evaluated impression wise, and we are evaluating other people as well. So it's a two-way road always. What I
Right.
usually advise my people I coach is that other people impression is not your problem, your impression is your problem,
Okay.
because you cannot control. And initially be realistic. If you don't have any options, then this is not something that you should be bothered about. So there is no dislike or like, then it's not professionalism. Professionalism is that you get the task done, you have a goal, you do your best. That's professionalism. Then it's emotions. I like somebody, I don't like somebody, it's good, it's bad, it's painful, it's hurting, it's loving, it's nice, it's whatever. These are emotions. So initially, yes, impression is important. How you carry yourself and what you are taking shouldn't be affecting your goal. So what sort of information because as a human nature, we are bombarded with all sort of information all the day. So it's
Right.
our choice what we keep and what we leave.
Right.
So your
Means
goal should be bigger than everything else.
right. So first impressions are does play a role, but again, it's situational, and it's no way have a concern with the professionalism, right? That to be in the interview. Right. That's very logical and practical. So we have Yoman Masood is asking that the second question was if we were asked about something which we haven't done before, how should we behave in that kind of situation? Yeah, that's somehow like from my observation, we could deal this kind of situation in a very much kind of smart way that you have not done something, but you have been asked for. So again, you need to be smart enough or very much present enough in that interview seat that you would be answering in such a way that, okay, interviewer will be like, oh, okay, that's the person I'm looking for, maybe. So I think smartness over here will count. So anything you
Even
would like?
sometimes, if even sometimes candidate, they have done something similar to what they are asking. It's good idea to share with them. Maybe not exactly, but something similar to what they're asking. So they can, share that, okay, it's part of this bigger picture, just to give them something which can turn into their favor.
Right. Okay. So
But yeah, don't
anything
sign up for something that you cannot do. Don't sign up for something
exactly.
during an interview which you cannot do. Yeah.
Right. That would be again. That will be the real fake thing, right? So yeah. Anything you want to add, Nora?
Yes,
Or
in this perspective of professionalism, yes, the job seekers need to maintain the professionalism from the beginning until the end. They should not react negatively if the recruiter said that, okay, fine, we will be a call later on. So, because some of the scenarios happened in front of me, what happened when I told the candidate or the recruiter told the candidate that please we'll give you a call later on. You can, I mean, just, go. So, what happened? The person reacted negatively, so in that case, I would suggest all the job seekers to please be patient, maintain the professionalism from the beginning until you exit the interview. So it's really important because the last minute, it could change the whole scenario. So maintaining the professionalism from beginning until the exit of the interview, it's really important.
okay, okay, that sounds good. So we have a loaded questions coming from. So a quick question we can take and then move further for our discussion. That a question from Zoya Osman Siddiqui through LinkedIn. Do you think that communication skill alone is heavy on all other skills while in interview? So what would be the quick takes on it, you guys?
I think there should be a balance between these skills, because communication skills doesn't come alone. If I'm expecting that somebody is very good with communication skills, I'm expecting that that person reach on time as well for the interview. I'm expecting that candidate has all the paperwork with him or her. So it's a whole package. Yes, I think communication, once you are in the room. Before that, it was a basic, that being there on time, well groomed, you are wearing your best attire. That is a prereq. Once you are in the room, then yes, it's all about communication. It's all about what you listen, what you give them, and how you give them in that particular time.
Right. So communication not alone is the very subjective one to be have in oneself. It is a kind of a collaborative or collective skill. Again,
Yeah,
listening
like
skills
they
is also
prereq.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prereq. Yes,
Like
yes,
this
yes.
prereq before you enter the room. Once you are in the room, then yes, communication can do magic.
Right. Okay, that's super awesome. So we have one more question. If I would like to take is that how do what is that? Okay, this question, does one bad answer affect the whole interview? Yes, Nora, you have a lot of things to say.
Yeah. Actually, as I mentioned, yes, maybe the last minute thing, it can ruin the whole scenario. So please, I mean, do not, get frustrated if you did not get the final answer or did not get the exact what exactly you want. So do not get frustrated, and yes, it might ruin the whole scenario, and you can be, out of the case. So make sure that maintain the professionalism. Be yourself. We are human beings. Do not frustrate. Believe in yourself. That's really important.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So question on behalf of a job seeker, how to convince the interviewer if the candidate is a fresh graduate? How to convince the interview? Yes.
The question is for me, Amna.
Yes,
Okay,
Nora. I
now.
would like to
Yeah.
highlight on this. Yes, please.
Okay, fine. Even he or she is a fresh graduate, I'm sure that that student has done something in his university, like projects or any resources. He must have something in hand, like anything it could be, like resources or project. He can showcase that these things that I have done. For example, in my thesis, I have been collaborating with Ministry of Economy, and we have done like application. So I can show that to the recruiter or to the person who's conducting my interview. I can show them that these are my resources or these are things that I have done during my university. So this can add value. It's not like if I'm a fresh graduate, I don't have anything I'm going to show to the recruiter. It's not that the case. So the student or the person, I mean the student can show these resources to the recruiter. This it adds value.
Okay, okay, all right. So my very much important question, which I would like to highlight, is that how to take care of ourselves after the interview. Because everyone out there know about that, how much crucial the interview day is. When we get a call, we become like nervously, our nervous system goes on a peak, right? So we start thinking before the interview. Then we keep on thinking during the interview. Then after the interview also, the thinking process is still the same. So it's kind of like a thinking process or a thinking day. So how to take care of yourself and the emotional stability, and how to treat yourself in such a way that we become de-stressed after the interview when you are going to the home. So I would like expert EQ to put some highlight on this, Sadaf.
Okay, so there are so many things that we have discussed so far. People have asked about anxiety, that how can we control that. People has asked about like what if something goes wrong, what's the impact of one wrong question. These are all the fears that we have as an individual who's seeking job. These are all legit issues. These are true honest feelings that people go through while they are going through this process of hunting for a job. Now, since we are, we want to make sure that we provide for our family, or we achieve our goal, or the education we have, we should use it in a progressive way. So that is the
Right.
background of what's happening. Mm-hmm. So when we are talking to individuals who are going through emotional turmoil during the job interviews, you'll be surprised. You know what happens when I'm not kidding, or I'm not exaggerating here. I've seen people like my students who graduated, they'll be like, okay, ma'am, now we're looking for a job. And after 3 years, when I will look at them, It took them like almost 6 to 8 months to find a job. Okay, say for after 1 year, I see them.
Okay.
They had massive hair loss. They
Oh,
have lost, they have become obese, it's the impact of that job hunt process. I cannot emphasize any less that we have to take care of our emotional well-being when we are searching for a job. Emotion is emotion, okay? It needs to process. We cannot hold every bad experience for the next 24 hours with us. It's damaging for us. So as a candidate who is looking for a job, changing job, in the process of finished education and now going in the market, it's very important that you process these emotions every day. Your internal dialogue is very important. Tell yourself every day that if, God forbid, this interview didn't work out, it's not meant for you, maybe, or any other satisfactory belief that you can think about. In NLP, we say that we keep the belief that help us. Okay. Now, yet again, depending upon the crucial part of how important that job is, some people don't have time to process these emotions. For them, the only success is that when they will get a job. Surviving every day where things didn't work out is also a success, and you should celebrate that as equally as at the end of the when you will get a job. Now, we need to understand that these are overwhelming baggages of, I call them baggage of emotion, that we carry all the time. What happens? We didn't do well at interview, we come back home, we have an argument with our family, and then there is a dialogue exchange of some weird conversation which is not healthy for anybody. We end up adding one more emotional back to us. Then we might talk to a friend, not having a good day because of the interview went wrong. Again, one more emotional baggage. So yes, your idea is to work hard. If you are working hard, if you are praying, then trust the timings. But in the meantime, as this process is going along, kindly understand that these emotions which are negative are as normal as positive emotions or happy emotion. Don't fight them. What happens when something good happens to you? Amna, what do you do when something good
I
happens?
got excited.
And
I
then
got excited. And then again, by the time it becomes normal, the excitement
you
level
don't
goes up.
fight, you don't question, you don't argue on that emotion,
Exactly.
right? So
Right. Right.
sad or bad emotion is as normal as good emotion. We cannot argue, we shouldn't fight. Just it's like a wave of water. If we put a wall next to this water, it will splash
It
back
goes there.
more.
Yeah.
So let it go. Bad day, bad emotion, bad hour is as normal as good one. If you keep it for long, then it's a problem. Like, for example, if I have this glass, it's full of water, right?
Right.
If I
Right.
hold it for 5 minutes, it's fine. If I hold it for 5 hours, I might end up in the hospital.
Mm.
So that bad day, that bad hour doesn't define your life.
Exactly.
For
Otherwise.
this,
Yeah. Go on, please.
you can do an NLP technique, which is very helpful, where you visualize your success before you are there. And this visualization is your mind natural strength. Okay, you visualize, do not to you have an image in your mind, not to get carried away with it, but for you to just recover for a while,
Okay.
from that bad experience. So process this all the time. Like, it's a big technique, it's a lot to do in that. But my small short note over here is, kindly, after an overwhelming day of an interview, keep it as normal as a good day. You will get where you are supposed to be. And then one more thing you can do is that while you are searching for a job, you can do some of your hobby that you enjoy. That's a very good energy booster. Like, for example, if you like sports, play sports in the evening. In the morning, you give your interview, and in the evening, make sure you play sports if that's something you enjoy. You talk, you watch a movie or whatsoever. So give yourself these small injections of pleasure, I would say, whatever you enjoy.
Exactly. The energy boosters after the long, crucial day of interview. Yeah, that's really sounds practical. And when I was listening to this, I was enjoying basically that these are really the things that you can enjoy after the interview. And again, the good and the bad, the positive and negative. We cannot see only one side. We should be accepting the other side also, and then dealing that side, in terms to treat ourselves happy, I believe. Okay, so that's very much significant to understand one candidate and for our self-being. So that's super. All right, so do we have some questions or, yeah. Okay, we just get a look at questions. All right, guys, so I would like to have some final notes on the confidence and the self-assurance of one personality, how to be self-realized in such a way that, yes, we can do this, and the impact of soft skills in the interview. So I would like to have some takeaways from you from this show. Nora, please.
Yes, Amna. First of all, yes, I mean, believe in yourself to all the job seekers. You're worth it. You exist. Play your role. It's you only. No one can, I mean, come to you and tell you to do this thing, improve this thing. I always, I mean, I always talk to myself. It sounds crazy, but it's fine. You can talk to yourself that you can find out that these are the weaknesses that I can work on it. So believing in yourself is the first step, to go into this process and you improve yourself. If one, I mean, bad interview, it's gone. This is not the end of the world. What I believe in, what is meant for you will come to you in the right time. So do not, I mean, hurry and feel bad that if it's gone bad, this is the end of the world, I will not get the job. That different negative thinkings, it's very real. The negative thinking that comes to our mind. So it's very real. So what are the points that advise to job seekers? Be yourself, be good to yourself. That's the first thing. Positive attitude will turn your day into something good. So believing in yourself, being yourself is really important because you know how you can, improve your life, how you can add value to your life. Because if you're good to yourself, then only you can help others. Then you can be a part of the community. So it's really important to know yourself, believing in yourself, and be your true self. Thank you.
That's such a beautiful note, Nora. Thank you very much. And a small and a very much, again, pretty note from Sadaf. I would like to have it related to the self-assurance, the confidence, and the impact of soft skills one can have in order to ace the interview.
Okay, so all the candidates out there, you have lots of prayers from everybody around you. The thing is that whatever I tell you right now might not help you emotionally. Why? Because you can't see under that emotional turmoil what you're going through. If I say maybe it's not meant for you, you'll be like, what do you know? So empathize rule is that, if we are not in that person's situation, we won't be able to connect to them, right? My only question here right now for you is that if you know everything to have a successful life, that, wake up in the morning, have a schedule, do journaling, do exercise, think positive, do this, what is the reason that you are not doing it? What is that thing that is stopping you? It's not about information. Information is out there. Everybody knows how to live a life, how to eat healthy, how to maintain a life which is successful, which is powerful, A, B, C, D. Everybody knows that. What is that thing that is stopping you? The only thing that is stopping you is your mindset. And now if I ask you, okay, work on your mindset, you'll be like, I have so many other problems. How can I work on my mind right now? Your mind is like your body. You go to gym for your body. That is the way how when you work on your mindset, it's like you're exercising. It's a gym of your mind. The only successful thing, even if you don't feel like doing it, there are some days which are very depressing. You literally have to drag yourself. Acknowledge that day, but that day doesn't define your whole week or your whole month. The only successful recipe that I can give you right now is grit. That means consistently taking an action. Whatever you are going through, wherever you want to be, you continuously, you take action. By the time you feel that, okay, now I know where I am. So all these mixed emotion, figuring out time on this road is pretty much normal. Okay, you know everything what to do. If you really want to do it, it will happen when you will actually move yourself and you will take action. Then, things will get, I won't say perfect initially, but you will start figuring it out, how you want to go about things.
Wow, that is so much beautiful, yet very much informative and fruitful for all our audience. So I would really like to appreciate and thank you, everyone out there joining with us, and the expert. Thank you very much. I hope this session will bring such awareness for the candidates and the professionals for gaining the confidence. Also, committing ourselves, yes, that we need to treat ourselves good after the interview process also, and the well-being of ourselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session and taken away much awareness. So subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment below, and we would be like to hear the feedback from you guys. See you again. Thank you very much. Bye.